Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
While you're in sunny Florida, be sure to visit
WARlando! Enter into a world of epic adventure.
Hello and welcome. We are playing Dungeons & Dragons Out of the Abyss. This is our 5th session, and we start off with a quick review of our characters.
So what do you guys look like? This is what I want to know.
Well, I'm a human, about 6'2", 215, 220. I wear armor all the time. I have a long metal shield, a sword, various personal weapons. I'm an orphan. I grew up in a soldier regiment. It was left over when my mother and father were killed on a trading exhibit when I was 10. So that's all I've ever done. Just trained, fight, accompany the caravans, try and keep them safe.
That is the way. You say you wear armor all the time. Do you have a helmet that you ever take off?
Not one of those armor. Just my chainmail, and it gets a little rusty at times. But
okay. Give it the old.
I clean it up.
All right. Well, that's good. That's proper. Gotta keep good care of the goods.
My shield has a hammer and an pickaxe on it.
What does that signify?
My best friend made it. His name is Belware, and he's an underdark gnome that my parents used to trade with. He has those as his hands. He has a hammer in one hand and a pickaxe on the other. They're magical. As he told it to me, he saved the only good drow he ever met. He saved his life. And so the drow told his brother, who was rounding up everybody, to not kill Belware because he's the good man. He saved his life. So he didn't kill him. He just cut off both his hands and left him to die.
Well, all right. Because I've heard the opposite. I've heard the
nice
drow is a dead drow. So,
well, he did what I asked him. He didn't kill him. But when he went back home, his magicians and mages formed these hands for him, and he's the one who taught me from an early age a few of this First Neverland spells and how they fought.
Nice.
So that's me. I don't make friends. Everybody gets killed.
I like it.
It was.
Well, it's hard to keep friends around if you keep killing them. You know.
I just find that wherever I go.
Well,
the last time I saw Belware,
yeah,
I saw him. He was laying up against one of the walls just inside the cave, and he looked like he was dying. And I had 2 drow in front of me, so 4 swords to my 1 and shield, and I thought I was about to die. And I heard him clanging his hammer and axe together, and he made lightning. Was shot across and killed the 2 drow and knocked me ass over 2 T-kills as well.
Nice.
So much later, when I woke up, he was gone. I was the only one left with a couple of drow, short crossbows and some poison darts.
Nice.
And I'm wandering around looking for some drow to kill ever since.
I gotta say, your Thanksgiving get-togethers must be interesting.
There's lots of leftovers.
Yeah. Very nice.
Awesome.
Who else we got?
I guess I'll go next.
Dak?
Yep, Adam, I'm playing Dak Vandergaar. Dak is a human male in his late 20s. He's very tall, very big, strong guy. He is a paladin in the service of Bane. He wears full chainmail with mostly black clothes, a black traveling cloak with a hood. He has a tabard, and he's got the red patch with a black hand of Bane in the middle of the patch. And he carries a heater shield, which is the triangle shield, which also is red with the black hand of Bane on it. And he's got a black charm around his neck and another Bane charm, his holy symbol as well. He has black hair, black shoulder-length hair, and a black beard, and he's kind of coppery skinned. That's Dak.
It's definitely a cloak, not a cape, right?
It's definitely a cloak. I have this friend who gets hung up if I mention capes. It's all he wants to talk about is capes if I mention capes.
So fashionable, you know?
Who you're talking about?
And actionable too.
Yeah, true.
Does the coppery skin kind of like glow like glitter when he's out in the sun?
Like he's some kind of vampire.
Maybe.
Vampires don't glitter. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
It really is the word.
No vampire I want to talk about.
But I guess they all kind of glitter once you get them out in the sun. Some of them.
Well,
For just a very short moment.
Yeah.
It's the way the sun just
Sort of
catches the
combustion.
bubbles
It's,
in their skin. Yeah.
Awesome. So who's next?
All right, I guess I'll go. Clock's Creek Bag. He's a goblin, and so he's small, he's short, he's green, he's got long pointy ears, and although small in stature, you know, he's big in attitude, and so I'm exploring the. I said he was neutral evil, so I'm trying to explore what that means, and so I just think he really only cares about himself and the outcome of around him. So I think right now, you know, with everybody else, he's a little, you know, snarky, maybe a little playful. He likes to play tricks, all that good stuff. And then he's clad in some, you know, studded leather armor. He picked up some of the chain mail armor, and he's got some tools with him because he's an artificer. So he's got a hammer. He's got some tools for tinkering with, and he's got a crossbow. He's got some earrings, his ears pierced, so he's got a little bit of, you know, late '90s tude going on with his pierced ears, and yeah, I don't know, not much more than just a goblin with an attitude. I guess all goblins have attitudes, right? That's what makes goblins.
But I think yours is especially something spectacular in the attitude department.
Yeah, our other goblin says, "Who the hell does he think he is?"
Yeah.
All right. Well, my character is Selkie. She's a wild hunt shifter. She has a seal-like appearance and abilities. Her current companions only know her by her wandering name, which is Selkie. She keeps her personal name private until she trusts somebody, which is rare. She doesn't trust you guys. She's chaotic neutral. She's a grifter and a con artist, wandering from place to place to make ends meet. She's aggressive and predatory. She prefers to be solitary, but she'll join a group if it means she can survive, or if she'll line her pockets. She would quietly peel off being part of a group if it stopped benefiting her, though. She's about 5'3", has an athletic build, but she's sort of slight. She's large, dark eyes. They have very little white to them, like a seal's. She has a small, flat nose and ears, and prominent canine teeth. And a very fine, sleek, light gray fur covers her whole body like a seal. So she has slightly webbed fingers and toes. So when she shifts, that webbing is a little more apparent. Her nails sort of thicken and look a little more like claws. And then irregularly shaped dark gray patches appear on her fur. So she's really good at swimming and staying underwater. And as far as clothes, she wears whatever she can find wherever she is, depending on how tattered her current clothes are. But she prefers dark colors that complement her fur. So. And she really enjoys eating crustaceans, shellfish, squid, and fish, so it's becoming harder for her to stop cartoonishly imagining the Cuatella companions as fried fish.
If we could only see through your eyes when you're looking at them.
Yep.
Are they always steaming?
A little bit, yeah. Just like a nice, fresh frying pan over the fire,
Exactly.
All right. Last but not least.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we have Zokram. He is our tiefling in the party. Chaotic, neutral by nature. He's just out there to have a good time. He's kind of on the younger variety of tiefling. And I know tieflings, they have all different shades. They're usually portrayed as, that dark red color. I'd like to go a little something different with him. I want to go a little more of that... I think the Slanesh demonettes, that light, pale, purplish color, and so that's his skin tone with ram's horns, and his eyes constantly change because he always throws the thaumaturgy cantrip on himself, so he's always changing his eyes. Or so think like Marilyn Manson in that respect. So. Yeah, so he's just basically just a punk kid is what he is. And he's really into the dark music scene. And that is his whole passion. I mean, in fact, so much, he actually sold his soul to gain warlock powers. And to, which he just did last session, become a bard. So that is its whole fervor. His whole passion is just he wants to be idolized and in that music scene. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome.
I gotta say though, I think Neutral by Nature is the worst band name I've ever heard.
Yeah.
They got a claim. What are you?
Crappy pop punk minstrels out there that he always rags on.
So you're pretty much playing you as a teenager?
Yeah, actually, that's where I'm getting all of mine. Yeah.
Including selling the soul.
I know we talked about that, but he always loves wearing. He has this ripped up jacket that he has the sleeves torn off of, and it's all just emblazoned with different band names, and he's got giant patches all over it. So that's his one definite pride and joy. Is that jacket of his from all the shows he's been to? So, Yep.
So is anybody particularly particular about their appearance? Is anybody wanting to be cleaner than you would otherwise be in the Underdark, or is it sort of all adventuring, style grungy, or?
Oh, Zoc is fine with this. Actually, this is kind of an upgrade compared to some of his friends' places he's been crashing with. So.
All right.
Selkie would be probably making an effort to groom herself and keeping her fur sleek and shiny.
A little less crusty.
Yeah.
I think whenever Clocks finds the opportunity, he likes to roll out some cigars he's been saving, and make sure he's always got some stogie he's chewing on. Mm-hmm. Even if even if he doesn't get a chance to light it up, just likes to have it in there and
security grind.
Exactly. It's like a mouth guard,
Yeah.
Nice.
I just feel more secure when half my mouth is protected by a big flame.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that, we can jump right in. And previously on Out of the Abyss, the party successfully navigated the Silken Paths, which is a giant network of vertical, horizontal, and every which way spider webs which spanned a giant chasm. With some help from some new friends, Spiderbait and Yuck Yuck, who were their goblin guides, who offered to help them take them across and avoid the worst of the Silken Paths. Along the way, met with some spiders. What else did we come across last time?
That weird hooded thing. That was like an octopus.
The dark
that
mantle.
wanted to suck my head off.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a dark mantle attached itself to Zokram's head and started going with the old brain suck.
Yeah. He would have been disappointed.
There was a totally harmless treasure chest that was just
Totally.
randomly in the web.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys found a mimic, which is a monster that looks exactly like a treasure chest until you try to open it. Which you guys made the NPC do.
Wise.
maybe at the equivalent of gunpoint, but that's okay. You know,
All things are a reason.
And you met the halfling adventurer Fargus Rumblefoot.
Yeah, we actually saved him, and he owes us.
Yeah, he does owe you. And he made mention of some knowledge of a secret tomb, which he swears is full of treasure.
Yes. And we're also keeping up the act that at any moment we're expecting spiders to come out of his ears. So
He's very concerned about that.
yeah. Anytime I walk by, I just kind of stare, but not at him, and not in his eyes, but just at his ears. Anytime I talk to him.
Awesome. All right. Well, you all find yourselves nearing the Cuatella village of Sloobadoop. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of bad pronouncing going on this episode, so just brace yourself, people. You guys are sort of following the path that's set by your to this point helpful and loyal companion Shushar the Awakened, who is a Cuatella. He's not a monk mechanically, but that would be sort of the archetype that I would put him into. So he's sort of this, he claims to have reached another level of perceiving the world, to which has led him to a life of pacifism. But he has joined up with you all, despite that, in an attempt to save his own skin.
How's that going for him?
Well, so far so good. He's not dead yet.
Right? Skin is saved.
Yep.
And I'm sure crispy and delicious, Silky.
Nice coating, dusting of flour, some paprika.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little lemon.
A little lemon, yeah. All right, so you guys, I believe last time we left it at you were sort of approaching this village, or it was getting close, and you kind of heard some vague chanting in the background.
Hey,
What would you like to do?
just swim on.
No, it's a fish village, not a dog village.
It's a dogfish village.
Sorry about that.
Well, let's, so chanting. Now, does this sound like their language?
Yep.
Oh, it does. All right.
Yeah,
so
you guys
like
have
things.
heard the Cuatella speak many times to this point. You've heard Shushar, his sort of weird vernacular, and you've also spoken with some other Cuatella traders that you came across. And they're an odd bunch. They have there are no eyelids. Their mannerisms, I guess, can be described as they sort of act like they're underwater all the time, even though they're amphibious and walking around. So talking to them is like exhausting because they're constantly circling you and like walking around and like Trying to, be always ready to run away, I guess maybe might be some way you might think about it. But they sort of school up together, and their movements are a little chaotic in what you've observed so far. So that's kind of what you know about the few of these folks you've met so far.
Do they scatter at the end of a blade, or do they stand still and start talking right?
They're usually the ones you've met so far have all been pretty scary. They're sort of just ready to run away at any moment. Just not particularly brave or any adventuring type traits that you might hope for in a companion. But these are the individuals you come across. It's not necessarily a generalization.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, how does our companion? Do we notice any sort of reaction from him when he hears us chanting, or?
He says, "Oh, we are very, very close to Sloop Bladoop. Right this way."
All right, we'll keep trudging along.
He says, and as you guys are sort of walking on in that direction, you're not in view of it yet, but he sort of tells you, "Oh, it is a lovely place. I have long since left behind the needs of the observant, of the religious members of my tribe for my awakened state. But they are a godly people, as I'm sure you'll see."
What are they chanting?
"Oh, I am not familiar with this Lemmy-Goo-Goon, but I have been gone for some time."
What did you say? What a goo-goo? What?
He kind of looks at you, annoying, like just a little bit like taken aback. Said, "Lemmy-Goo-Goon. Say it with me. Be culturally sensitive."
Lemmy-Goo-Goo.
Very good.
Lemmy-Goo-Goo-Goo.
Yeah, no.
Ga ga ga. Yeah.
You see, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. How far off do we feel like? It's right there, right? We're hearing the sound, but how far off does it appear to be?
It's not in view yet, and you sort of have to twist through passages and caverns, and he's sort of just says he kind of knows where he is now.
Okay.
I've approached this place.
Gotcha. Is it kind of close quarters? These passageways are a little more open, or?
Yeah. This is pretty close quarters.
Okay.
But you guys, what other than you can hear, other than like the little bit of chanting that you heard, which isn't continuous, you kind of just caught a little bit of it, right?
Yeah.
And it's since stopped. But you can also sort of hear the sound of like waves lapping on a shore. You can sort of smell that the air has grown more moist. And he can tell you, this is our home on the shores of the Dark Lake, which you all would know is this massive underground lake. Is an under exaggeration. It's a huge body of water in the Underdark, very, very far across, many days travel.
Oh, really? Across the lake? It takes a couple days. It's not like lake down here in Florida, which is actually nothing more than a retention pond.
Right, exactly.
Right. Okay.
This is the proper lake.
All right. Very cool. Is it really dark?
You haven't seen it yet, but rumors say so.
Yeah. Seeing is believing.
You want to try to cast fairy fire on the lake and see if you can see it? As you guys are traveling, Bubido, the Darrow companion, will chime in and say, "Man, the less time we spend in this place, the better. We should get one of their boats, get the hell out of here, and get over to Gracklestug as soon as we can. That's our best way to get to the surface."
Who said that?
This is Bubido, the Darrow.
Is cracking on this lake?
I'm sorry?
Is that place on this lake? Where Bupido wants to go?
He says, yeah, once we get on the Dark Lake, I know where to go. It's on the western shore. I'm no good in these caves, but once we get on a boat, I can show you the way. And you guys would know by reputation, I mean, it's not a secret, Gracklstug is a huge Duragar city down here in the Underdark. It's one of the more iconic places, sort of like one of the bigger cities and sort of well-known place, known to be very dangerous, and like I said, home to the Dark Dwarves or the Duragar.
All right.
So, anything else before we'd like to approach Sloobladoop?
Nope. No. I keep practicing with what he told me. But I keep messing it up just to irritate him.
Right.
Just ever so like almost get it right, but not quite.
Get a song for it yet?
Oh, it's coming.
All right. As you guys sort of continue down these passages, you finally come around a bend, and this just bigger than you expected, but maybe not what you're used to, what we call a real city, sort of appears kind of on the shore of the lake, and it looks like it has walls on either side of it that are sort of made out of nets and bones. The settlements are all like multi-story, stacked up and connected with rickety bridges and stuff like that. It looks like any one of these structures could like fall over at any moment. And as you sort of look at it and think about it and how it's sort of like vertical and shoddily connected, you know, and you sort of come to the realization that it's what you would build an underground town or an underwater town to look like, except they built it on the shore, right? So it looks like it should be, you know, beneath the sea and like held up by the tension of the water and stuff like that. But it's just sort of
not here.
No.
Just a wing and a prayer. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just sort of patched together. Yep, exactly.
Oh, lovely. Oh boy.
Does it look like the town is half in and half out of the water?
It looks like it goes like right up to the shore, but it doesn't the buildings definitely stop before it gets down to the water.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, as you guys sort of approach, you hear all of a sudden from all sides of you, several Cuatella just sort of appear with nets and spears, ready to go and say, "Stop right there! Stop right there! Where do you think you're going?"
I attempt to greet them with what Shusha taught me.
Do you get it right?
Yeah, this time I do.
Okay.
Should we just push him out in front?
Yeah. Where's Shushar and our traveling salespeople?
Yeah. You can kind of shove Shushar out there, kind of give him a nudge, like, "Hey, speak up." And he says, "Well, I have returned after a long and awakening voyage. And whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with?" And sort of a couple of the burlier Cuatella sort of look at each other and say, "Come on, which one? Which one are you? Which faction? Tell us now, or we'll sacrifice you anyway. Come on." Is it the Sea Mother? Is it the Sea Mother or the Deep Father?
Oh no.
Yeah.
And they look like they have their spears and their nets ready to go. And Shushar starts to go, "I have foregone long ago, the religious entanglements of such things, and you can tell they're all sort of like looking at each other and like getting more annoyed as he talks.
like we've been this whole trip.
Right.
We thought it was normal.
Yeah. So it's not just us.
Which is it then, devout or heretic? Tell us now.
Man. Shusha, you better. Okay. Can we have him for one moment here? Okay, come on back here. Come on. Hey, what is this all about? You didn't say anything about this. I thought you were all happy, like you. You know, what is this?
It's much of a surprise to me, Master Zokram.
Was this like this when you left? What does this all mean?
Have worshipped the Sea Mother for generations.
Well,
I do not know this deep father.
Yeah, who is this?
I don't know.
Okay. So is there...
and if you want to press it, he can tell you that Sea Mother is the formal name of it is the god. Here we go. Blib Dul Vlop.
Me too.
I love this.
Right.
This is awesome.
This is the goddess of the Cuatella and part of, I guess, probably if you've made study of religion, as maybe our paladin would have, this is, somebody in the pantheon who would have been somebody you might have heard of, in studies.
She a neutrally aligned nature goddess kind of thing?
No, she is, she's just really mostly, I mean, evil isn't the right word. They're just like this alien people, and she's the god of these people, like some being who ascended long ago.
Yeah.
That's sort of like this. So, they're just like this alien race, right? They're so odd and so strange and see things so differently that it's hard to say, is she good? Is she evil? Does she hate? Anything like that? So, I mean, does that help answer your question? I don't want to give you.
Yeah.
No, I feel it's like a case where you'd say like a shark is evil.
Yeah, but the
It's
shark
just
is
doing
thing, right?
Yeah. It's just doing its thing.
So I mean, I guess her formal alignment, digging into the canon, is a neutral evil type thing. But these, again, it's sort of all relative in the Underdark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good and evil are very far apart.
Right.
So if she's the neutral evil one, how bad is the Deep Father?
They say, or if you're still talking to Shushar, he'll say,
Yeah.
I do not know. This is a being and a worship outside my knowledge. And I'm assuming you guys are all sort of just like kind of huddled up, deciding how to respond here, right?
Yeah.
Not sure any of that stuff.
Right. All huddle. Yes. Exactly. kind of glance back. What are they doing right now?
They're sort of. So I guess I should have said this. Like, if Shushar doesn't translate for you,
Yeah.
you can't understand them.
Okay. All right.
And or if you don't ask, what is the mushroom guy's name? There's so many NPCs. Stool, sorry. If you don't ask Stool to release his rapport spores that let you communicate telepathically, then that's kind of your only back and forth here. I'm just sort of skipping past the translations, but
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
they're sort of babbling fish talk, and he's translating back to you and then translating back to them.
Okay. All right. So we pick it up that there's two factions here, and
And so you ask what they're doing. They're sort of like just babbling back and forth, in their native language. They're looking more and more agitated.
right. Okay. Shushar. All right. What is the right answer to this? They don't look too pleased.
he can tell you he's not sure beyond a reasonable doubt. He can't distinguish these people one way or the other.
No markings, no holy symbols, none of that. And also this thing you weren't familiar with, right? What they were chanting.
I am not familiar with this Lemigugu.
Right, yes. Now, is that something similar that the mother, that you guys do for the mother? Is it a different prayer?
Oh, many prayers and yes, lots of chanting, but...
And those you do know?
I have heard them, yes. I would
Father
recognize
them. One vote for Father.
So just to sum it up, I guess this group is asking you to commit to one side, one religious faction or the other.
Yeah.
And is clearly very suspicious of who you are, who you might be, and what you're up to. So they're going to want a response here.
Yeah. So, well, I know how we'll need to respond if Shushar doesn't get it right. So, all right. Oh man. I talked to Shushar. I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration. He's gonna do the right thing. You got this. You got this. I believe in you.
And what do you want him to say? Or what he says?
Yeah.
I am as mystified as you. Yeah.
Well, if sorry, I just hit one of my microphone. I'm thinking it's this father guy, this water father.
Deep father.
Yeah, that too. How do you feel about it? I look at the paladin. Come on, man. This is like your genre.
Is this my genre?
This is your gig, dude.
If you want, make a religion check.
No, I think we got to figure it out. I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's an upstart new religion who's taken over down here, and they are going to want to kill anybody who doesn't join the correct religion.
Yeah.
And it sounds like if the mother was the old religion, the father's the guy that's taken over, and they're going to want to kill anybody who doesn't say, yeah, we're with the father.
Father, see? Okay, you're with me. All right.
Dak was like born for this. This is like his whole thing. This is just good old-fashioned religious purging.
This is this is cult 101.
Right? Inquisition.
What'd you say, Jamie?
Elky's gonna edge towards the back of the group.
We're gonna see you just go in the water. Bye, suckers. Yeah, so father it is. I'm thinking that. All right, Shushar. What do you think? This makes sense. Listen to this guy. Do you think he's kidding around with you? I don't think so.
He says, I will answer any way you wish, but I will not be as effective in...
Ow!
Oh.
Oh, no.
Throw her out a window. I wonder if she thought it was a clay bone, because I have my skeleton union suit on. I wonder if she thought it was a toy.
Jamie's getting attacked by her dog. No big deal.
Get the hell out of her. He'll say, I am versed in the old ways, the ways we've known for many years, and I can talk about those very easily. However, if you wish for me to deceive these folks and claim our allegiance to the Dark Father, I will not know the rituals or culture.
That's gonna get us in trouble too. I see this is a lose-lose.
We just tell them we're here on behalf of the Dark Father, and if they don't like it, we're gonna kill them.
Yeah. He told us to purge them.
Yeah. We're here to purge.
You're right.
We'll start with any one of you.
I smell a fish fry. Good old church fish fry.
Yeah, Soki's eyes are gonna light up.
Anyone else? Because I'm thinking this is man. Thinking this is the father. You're here to learn, Shushar. You're here to learn the ways. You've come back. That's the reason why you've come back here, right?
What about our other? We've got like 3 more Cuatella with us too, right?
Yeah, they're not from Sloobadoop. Yeah.
Gotcha. So they don't know at all what of this faction.
No, I mean they can kind of answer similarly to Shushar. Like they won't be as knowledgeable as him.
Okay. All right.
But as far as the specifics of this religion, but they say yeah. Sea Mother, sure. Deep Father, I don't know.
Okay.
I'd like to bring Stool to the front.
Mm-hmm.
It's Stool. Will you please release your spores so that I may communicate with our new friends?
He says, "Okay, happy to help." And just this cloud of fungus spores sort of fills the air, and you see the Cuatella. They don't blink, so they sort of reach up and wipe their eyes off, like because they can't get rid of the stuff anyway.
That never works.
And you can now telepathically communicate with these beings.
I say, greetings. I am Dak, paladin of the demigod Bane. Bane, the tyrant lord. I have been sent here to explore the world and seek new allies for the demigod. I know nothing of your fish lord, the Deep Father, but I'd like to know more, and my friends would like to know more as well. Can we seek shelter in your village and learn your ways?
Sure. Roll persuasion with advantage.
Natural 20.
Oh!
That should do it.
They all get very excited. Like when you have like that, you have that authoritarian, preachy tone, right? Like how to get right into the rhythm, of a sermon. You've heard plenty, right? And you just know how those speeches go, right? And the notes to hit.
Yeah.
And they all get very excited. Oh, we will show you his ways. Come with us. And they'll start leading you toward the village.
All right.
Awesome.
Are we going to see any sacrificing? I heard them talking about sacrifice.
Are you saying that telepathically?
I just kind of saying, aloud.
We're all kind of looking at Shushar.
Yeah.
Just kind of like bumbling adolescents, have no filter. Self.
Yeah. When you mention sacrifices, they get even more excited. They're like, every few hours. Can't wait.
All right. Excellent. Great answer.
And you guys persuade them to help you escort the village toward the village, and you're almost to the wall when all of a sudden the rope wall, you know what I mean? So it looks like fishing nets connected with like boned hooks, you know what I mean? That sort of hold everything together. Not really much of a wall, but that's sort of what they've constructed here. And you see another larger Cuatella sort of step out from the path in front of it and says, "Halt, heretics! I am Ploploplene. I am the archpriest of the Sea Mother. Release these heretics to my custody immediately." And the other, the ones who grabbed you first, sort of they get very excited, and they're not ready to fight yet, but they sort of just start circling each other, like moving all around you and sort of yammering back and forth at each other in their dialect. And she says, "Enough!" And you see her make a gesture with her hand, and all of a sudden, the communication barrier that you had is just gone. All of a sudden, everyone can just speak to each other out loud, and they all sort of like look around and realize like this is one of the more powerful entities in the village, and the followers of the Deep Father sort of clutch their spears, but kind of regroup and sort of start to back away and say, "We will have these ones for the sacrifice. We will have them. You will bring them to us, yes?" And she says, "Only after we're done with them. Be gone with you now." And unless you guys want to intervene here, the original people who grabbed you will sort of start to back away, and you will be left alone with the Cuatella archpriest. You can call her Ploop.
Ploop?
Yeah. Keep having to say her whole name.
Ploop. Oh, lovely.
So, to avoid any confusion, it's kind of, you guys have sort of found yourself kind of in the middle of a religious war here, basically. And you can glean from the situation that while they were very excited to find you, they were definitely intending to take you into the village, tie you up and sacrifice you to their god.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And they're still intending that.
Well, now, so you don't know the intentions of this new one yet. And so she'll say, "I thought I recognized you, Shushar. Why have you returned? And who are these outsiders?" And he'll sort of look back over his shoulder at you all, sort of not wanting to misspeak here.
Right. And he still has bardic inspiration too. So.
Right. So do you want to give him any direction on how to respond to it? She seems to be.
Yeah. I mean, Shushar, this is what you were talking about. This is what you know, right? This is what you.
Plumplapleen is a long-standing priestess of the Sea Mother. Yes.
Excellent. And this is what you know, and you know this person. Did you leave on good terms?
Indeed, we did.
Excellent. Let's use that. So, how are you going to approach this, Shushar? Is this a good thing? Is this a good thing that you're home and back?
I did not cause any trouble after I left. They have no reason to think I mean them harm.
There we go. So it's like a homecoming.
Yeah, and so she'll say, "Please, there is much to discuss. As you see, we have a new uprising here in town, and I am very concerned to the point where I may need the help of outsiders to resolve this. Will you come to my quarters?"
As opposed to going to the village square and being sacrificed? Yes.
Those are the choices.
There we go. All right. Enough said. I'll start heading that way with Shushar, if Shushar is following.
And as she sort of starts to lead you the way, you see, like, you didn't notice them because they were hidden pretty well, but like a bunch of other Cuatellas sort of like creep out from behind the rocks or whatever and are escorting you in through the gates.
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Anything else before you go directly to her home?
Nope.
Okay. Got the feeling I missed some box text here. While you're walking, she'll say, I am Bloop Bloopleen, Archpriest of the Sea Mother Blib 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 Bloop. She answers my prayers by delivering you. Help us, and you will be rewarded. And she will then escort you into her quarters and offer you some pretty nasty accommodations. it's a rotting fish tower with all the things that fish like to eat. It needs to be playing about.
Lovely.
And she'll sort of describe exactly what Dak sort of intuited here, that for years and years they've worshipped the Great Sea Mother, and that recently a new faction has arisen, that worships this deep father person, who they have been chanting and calling Lemegugun. And after some more discussions, she'll reveal that actually her son is the one who's broken away from her and started this new sect.
Oh.
It's always the way. The one there close.
What was the impetus? Did he find something or discover something that led him down this new path?
She'll say, clearly you are one who has been privy to religious visions. This is what he says. He says he received a vision from this new god, and that he directs all of his efforts toward appeasing it. I'm not sure. She says, as such, we find our town completely divided. A full half of the followers of the Sea Mother now worship the Deep Father, to the point where we have 2 altars in town. We have the Shrine of the Sea Mother and also the Altar of the Deep Father. And so she'll sort of introduce you to the town as you kind of walk through, and I'll post the map here so you guys get a sense of how everything's laid out. But she'll go on to say, I do not know if this is the best way, but if you are willing to listen, I do have a plan.
All right, what's your plan?
She sort of leans in and says, we are going to bait the hook. And you, my friends, will be the bait.
Before we go fishing, do you have any fish sticks?
She sort of gestures, and a servant will come over and bring you refreshments if that's what you're looking for. It's not very appetizing, though.
Neither are fish sticks.
So she'll say, me and my loyal subjects will escort you to the altar of the Deep Father, claiming that we are ready to convert and wish to be one people again, and that we have brought you all as sacrifices. Then,
What if?
when they... Yes, Master?
You sneak in from behind.
Excuse me. I don't want to be sacrificed. I don't know if you guys want to be sacrificed, but
I'm opposed to it.
sounds to me like if it all started with a vision, it should all end with a vision.
Ooh. Are you also a follower of the Sea Mother? This is very wise.
Sure. So,
I've been in the water.
What if we make the illusion that they're needing to be convinced that this Deep Father is not who they think he is? And then we blow it up.
She sort of looks around and says, "Do you mean to desecrate the altar of the Deep Father?"
No, he did say just blow it up.
Only if he's on it.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't, if this vision caught on that created this problematic following, we should maybe we could use our skills to create another sort of illusion that maybe plays with their minds and makes them think what we want to.
Well, what did you have in mind specifically?
If we build this really big horse, right, and we push it right to the center of town, and then we connect maybe some a seahorse is what I meant. We build a seahorse. We push it to the center of town. Then from the inside, it speaks how disappointed it is with the Deep Father, how it's been wronged, that it's created this sickness. And then it'll breathe fire and burn the Deep Father statue to the ground.
She looks around and says, "You already have this contraption built?"
Well, not yet, but you build the seahorse and you can leave the fire to me.
She says, "Well, the next ritual is in a couple of hours."
Great.
Well, you got any seahorse costumes laying around?
Yeah, I don't want to.
No.
If you got a plan, I'm all for hearing it. I don't know.
Well.
So I mean, if you want to get out of character and hash it out, that's tell me what you're thinking. No problem.
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're not interrupted. If you got an idea, like go with it. I'm just not clear on how practical it is or what would have to happen. That's all.
Yeah.
How many fatherly disciples are there?
She can tell you there's roughly 500 Cuatella in this village, and they're pretty close to split down the middle.
Any fighters on the mother's side?
Oh yes.
How many are the ringleaders, though, of the on the father's side?
Yeah, she says there are. She can tell you. Ploop can say that her son has a similar kind of level of abilities that she does, on the magical side and on the holy powers type thing. And then there's probably one other more burly a type of Cuatella called Glug, who they would call the Whip. So he's sort of a lieutenant. And then there's a handful of other. There's just your standard Cuatella, and then there's a handful of more like soldier type ones, maybe like 10. So, all in all, like they would be, it's rough. Like forgetting about the individual Cuatellas, for a minute. There's probably about 20 or 30 that are like proper fighting type.
On both sides or total?
Yeah, on both sides. It's pretty evenly matched.
Well, would the non-fighters likely join in if there was combat? Like, I don't know if they're religious fanatics.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, with level 3 artificer, I can create a small eldritch cannon. It's got a horizontal space of about 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like, what the vertical space is. Like, it says you decide what the cannon looks like.
Oh,
And
a seahorse.
I say seahorse. And then you decide how it moves, like if it has legs. But I imagine if you would give it legs, I could just give it, like, wheels.
So, suggestion, y'all tell me if this sounds good. But Ploop will tell you, she says, there are several hours until the sacrifice, until the ceremony. She says, you are free to move about, however, be cautious, you may be apprehended again. If you return before the ceremony, I will know I have a partner. And if you do not, I will know I don't. And she'll sort of turn you loose to, if you want to sort of walk about Sloopadoop and think about tactics and get a plan. And she can even give you directions to the altars and the shrines.
Okay. But what was the rest of her plan? I mean, we were going to go up there and be the sacrifice.
Right.
But, I mean, was that the thing? It's like, da-da-da.
Yeah, so she would tell you that she was, the plan was to have you guys basically be the bait and be out there, but then when they're right in the moment, at the peak of the ritual, then her people are going to attack out of nowhere, and then you all can attack from the sacrificial spot. And she says that they usually don't tie anyone up or do anything like that. They just assume their numbers are so overwhelming that they don't really have to worry about it, and that if anybody tried to run away, they would just drag them back, So that's basically her plan, is to sort of lull them into a sense of false confidence, and then, when they're at least suspecting, when they think they got everything they want, then take out the leaders and attack sort of the core of the other followers, the Deep Father.
So that's it. So she wants the hard strike. She wants this faction decimated.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No living in harmony.
She didn't really have the strength to do it.
Yeah.
On her own, but with you all being here.
Okay. All right. What does everyone think about that?
That's her plan, and you all can move about Sloopadoop cautiously as you want, and visit other places if you want, or you can stay here. What are you thinking?
What's the name of the guy who's in charge? Her son?
Ploop.
Ploop. And she's Bloop?
Oh, sorry. She's Ploop, and he is Gloog.
Gloog.
Her son Gloog is the leader of the faction, the Deep Father followers.
All right, so we got Gloog, and then we have Glug as his lieutenant.
And I gotta say, for the record, I am simplifying this plot. Like, there's supposed to be like all these other characters that are in here, and I'm sort of streamlining it for you guys. I know that it's confusing with the names and who's what and stuff like that.
No, that's really, really simple.
Okay, cool.
They just had a father or a mother on their chest. It'd be so much easier.
Okay.
You're right. Big FRM.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a
Right on their
thought.
forehead.
What if we just get a boat and let them peace out amongst each other?
Yeah, we could say we're exploring the rest of the lake.
Yeah, we want to check out the docks.
Yeah,
Yep.
what are our pros and cons here? What's our
Yep. So your main reason for coming here was sort of a waypoint, a place to land after running away from the prison. And you can go back the way you came and go back through the Underdark. The nice thing about this place is there's boats, plenty of boats, and they have guides and folks that can. They're probably the Cuatella are known as the best kind of water people of the Underdark, so they can really navigate the Dark Lake well and get you to specific places that you want to go.
Yeah.
Bupido said he also knows how to find Gracklestug from the lake, but ultimately, I think, and y'all can tell me if it's different, but I think your ultimate goal here is to try to find your way back to the surface and out of the Underdark, or find a way to do that, and those locations are sort of few and far between, right?
Okay. And then there was that also little side quest there that our halfling companion he was looking for.
Right. Yep. I mentioned the tomb.
Yeah.
And so what's in it? What maybe before the lady fish leaves, Clock says, "What's in it for us to help you out?"
She says, "Yes."
I don't build a seahorse for just nobody or anything.
She says, "Yes, I mentioned the reward." And she sort of nods at one of her servants, and he kind of opens up a closet and pulls out a chest, and he kind of throws it open, and it's like full of coins and pearls and a couple of what look like potions and spell scrolls in there. She says, "All of this is a small price to pay to see Mother restored to her proper place of worship."
Is there anything that these fish people fear most?
She says, "They live in service to their gods. Fear is not something that motivates them."
All right.
And would we know the image of this god? Would we know what this god looks like or says, or is there any?
She says you can get an idea of their best depictions if you visit the shrines.
Okay.
And that's on the map you sent us.
Yep.
Just something on the stream, babe.
And Clock says, "We've got another idea cooking."
Good as the last one?
Maybe. We must visit the shrines in order to know. But what if we have a battle of the gods? a version of the lady fish god mother against a versus battle against the deep father. The lady mother fish person destroys deep father, killing him forever.
Sock is taking notes right now. This would make an epic, album long story.
With these religious cult types, they love to see their gods in action, and then that's really what shows them the way.
And how do you think the ones that lose are going to respond?
Well, if everything is about service to their god, then as the version of the deep father, as he dies, he gives off one message, and he says that they should forget everything and follow the deep mother, or whoever she is. Sea mother. And then they'll listen, and then their eyes will be open, and then they'll say, "Oh, what have we done?" And they'll tear their clothes, and they'll gnash their teeth, and they'll fight fishy filth all over their bodies and remorse.
Okay.
I look over to Dak. He goes, "Is this what they do?" you religious types.
Maybe religious goblins? I don't know. I do want to know what got him on the hook. You know, this, was it Galug? Whatever you said his name was, Matt. What was it? Galug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glug.
Glug.
Yeah, Glug.
Glugalug. I want to know how he got hooked on this deep father. I want to talk to him.
She says, "You can find him near the shrine.
Shrine it is.
I'm sure he will be happy to tell you in exquisite detail about his visions."
But it was just visions. He didn't meet someone. He didn't find something.
That is my understanding.
All right.
What do you think?
Well,
Let's go.
I like the idea of just showing up to the ritual and killing everybody.
I figured you would. I mean, but which side is right? And when it comes to this kind of thing, I don't think either side.
I think whichever one's left alive.
Just rock and roll.
I guess. So
Yeah.
might makes right.
Might makes right.
Let's get a boat ready first.
Well, I was gonna say we need a back door.
Get a boat ready and then go talk.
So let's take a look at that, because it looks like that Deep Father Shrine is pretty darn close to the water.
So, Bloop, is it possible from this lake? Can we get to Skullport from here?
She says, "I am not familiar with this place, Skullport. I do not believe so. I have traveled this lake my entire life."
What about Cracklestug?
She says, "Yes, the Durgar city is on the western shore."
I'm not sure that Durgar City is a great place to go. I'm not sure it's a bad place to go. I'm not sure it's a great place to go.
Not a bad place to go if you're a Durgar.
Bupido is who is a, gosh, what is the name of his race? I cannot keep track of these guys.
Bupido is a Darrow.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yes, a Darrow. He'll say, "No, Gracklestug's fine. My people are there. Get there. Here's the thing about it. They got the best gear, best equipment. The forges there are world renowned. If there's any way to get you guys out of here, assuming you want to leave, somebody there will know."
Then maybe it's in our interest to complete this particular side quest so we have a chest full of treasure to take with us.
Bingo.
One thing about those Durgar, man, they're greedy,
Yeah.
especially for magic stuff.
Yeah, I don't think trading all our rations will do much.
No.
No, we're going to need those.
All right. So you want to go check out the shrine?
Yeah, let's just scout
Look.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys set out from Ploop's hovel and are now wandering about the town of Sloobadoop, where the Cuatella make their home. What would you like to do?
Should
Let's
we go?
check out the shrines?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And did we find out how the sacrifice was going to take place? Like, was there going to be burning? Was there going to be,
Marshmallows.
pointy sticks involved? I mean,
No, I think you haven't quite seen
yeah,
what this thing looks like yet.
gotcha. You're going to make us into chum buckets?
Fill it.
Hopefully there's some kind of big monster they feed us to or something like that. That'd be cool.
Like a kraken?
Yeah.
As we approach the shrine, I want to keep an eye out for I doubt they'd be hanging us, but looking for stuff like gallows or something that would give us a clue as to what.
Yeah. Since this isn't the most cleanly environment, I'm sure they didn't bother picking up from the last sacrifice that they had.
Right. Well, so do you want to go to the Shrine of the Sea Mother, or to the?
Where are we?
Yeah, so you're sort of on the western half of the map over there.
Okay.
I don't have a
Pretty close to
specific
the gate that
location.
we entered.
You came in from the west, and you sort of came in. I guess the left-hand side of the map. That's the gate you came through, and you're in sort of one of those, one of the hovels there, toward
One
the
of the
left.
hovels. Why do these poor people always have hovels?
Hey,
Eh?
when you're a fish person, this might just be nice. You don't know.
Well, they normally have unlimited space and a good view.
Right.
I think we should check out the Deep Father Shrine, and if that doesn't work out, head to the docks.
Okay. Deep Father?
Deep
Yeah.
Father.
Yep.
All right. You guys make your way over there, and here is the box text. The idol to Limegugoon, the Deep Father, consists of a large hide cut roughly in the shape of a manta ray and stretched out on cords between two support poles. A dead, splayed-out manta ray is pinned to the center of the hide. Two dead octopuses are draped across the top, their tentacles pinned and artfully arrayed, their heads tied together and painted with red and blue pigments. The idol reeks of decay, and the broad stone altar below the idol is stained with blood. And I got a picture.
Of course you do.
Lovely.
They're old fashioned. They went with the stone altar.
Yeah.
Classic stuff. It's a lovely bit of
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
They got a retention pond. For the blood.
For anybody just listening, it's basically a manta ray stretched out and bleeding into a bucket with a couple of octopuses lashed on top of its head, all on kind of this, I guess, rectangular stone altar.
Holy. What?
There's a deity I'm not interested in being sacrificed to.
Does there seem to be anybody else around?
Indeed, there is. There are lots of Cuatella sort of hanging around. Some are in mid-prayer. Some are clearly guarding the altar against any defilers.
Is this where the chanting came from?
Hard to tell. You guys weren't there, but pretty as you guys sort of approach, a couple of burly-looking Cuatella come up to you and say, "Mo, we heard there were strangers here in town. Are you here to worship him?"
Who's he addressing?
Sort of just the group.
Do we understand them based on what?
Yeah, good point.
it's
So
done?
Shushar would have to be translating for you right now.
Gotcha. All right. So I guess that would be yes. Sort of. Kinda, but not really.
They say, there's a big group.
I give him a big thumbs up right behind my shield.
Who will have the honor of being sacrificed to the Deep Father?
I think we should start with you.
Oh, I raised my hand. I get the honor.
He says,
Of sacrificing?
Absolutely fabulous time. So tell me, walk me through this. How is this going to happen?
you will be laid on the altar.
Yeah. Front ways, sideways, which way?
We will leave that to the priest himself.
Oh, awesome. Very good. Very good. And then what?
We will open you,
Yeah.
and your body water will flow
Ooh.
to the altar.
Ooh, like a river, like a waterfall.
A river of glory.
Oh, I love it.
And then you all get very excited and start running in circles.
Yeah,
around.
I run with them in circles. And I do my best noise that I can.
And they get very excited, and then one of them says, like, what did he say? I don't know.
Well, I'll repeat the little chanting thing that Shushar taught me.
Are you going to repeat the Limmy-Goo-Goon thing or something else?
Yep. No, that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you start chanting Limmy-Goo-Goon, all of a sudden, like, a couple dozen more will like come out of their huts in an unfamiliar voice and go, "Ooh, let me go go, let me go go,
Let me go. And then I point to one side of the huts.
That side, Lemmy.
Lemmy.
That side, Goo.
All together now.
Lemmy, Goo.
Lemmy. Goo. I love it.
And at all that sound from one of the nearby nicer hovels, who you can only the Cuatella you can only assume to be Blop, will appear and say, What is this? More sacrifices for his glory?
Oh yes. I guess Shushar is gonna.
Yeah. And just skipping the translation, but Shushar will tell you all back and forth. Yeah, he says, "Oh, you see," and he sort of addresses the crowd, and they all sort of look over at him. You see, these ones, strangers to this land, are ready to die for him, and they all.
Yeah, you just kind of.
He says,
revel in the crowd.
He says, so very, very good. If you wish to join me in my chambers, I will prepare you.
Yeah, let's go.
But it isn't time yet.
So he's gonna do her
It's gotta
best.
happen at the right time.
Is that what you say to him?
Yeah.
He says,
This thing has to be perfect.
Perfect. It will be glorious. Just as my visions predicted.
And who may I ask? Who am I speaking with? I don't know everyone yet.
And a few of the others in the crowd like sort of titter, like embarrassingly, you know, like how do you not know him?
Are you Gloog? That I've heard of?
That is me. I am the one who has brought his presence to my people. He chose me to show this visage in his true form. And he gestures at the altar. And everybody says,
Lovely. So what inspired you to bring this greatness to your people?
I never inspire. All glory comes from the deep, Father.
But you channel his power, his glory. To be
His
able
ways
to
are
spread.
beyond our knowledge. Perhaps one day, with enough sacrifices, mind you, we will understand his will. For now, we are subject to him.
How did you first hear of him?
He came to me in a vision as I slept. He showed me his true form, and again he gestures at the altar. And he said, "Let them all be sacrificed. I am here. I am come. I will lead your people to glory."
What people? We're going to sacrifice them all.
Exactly.
He says, "We, the devout, have ascended the need to sacrifice ourselves, which is where you all come in, and others like you."
So if we become devout, then we don't need to be sacrificed?
Oh, that is possible, but I will be the judge of that, of course.
How will you know?
He will tell me, or we will continue with the sacrifices. And only then will we know he is satisfied.
The only way to know he's satisfied is if he doesn't stop you from sacrificing people?
Yes. Until then, we've been given commands.
I'm getting awfully itchy.
How many people are in the room with us?
I mean, it's a. So you guys, I think you guys are still out by the altar, sort of in the square. So there's tons of Cuatella, and I'm assuming your whole party, unless you didn't want somebody to come.
What out in the square? Is there any like big surfaces? Like, is there any?
I mean, there's
is
just
there any like what's around us?
Yeah, there's just like a clear area where obviously people can gather. It's just the ground. And then there's kind of docks that go out into the lake, and you see boats tied up to them. But there's not any like elevated platforms or anything like that.
Okay.
Well, I guess actually I take that back. There is sort of above the shrine that they've built. There's this sort of altar where he can sort of get up there and speak to the crowd.
Pontificate.
And you assume make sacrifices.
So just to make sure I understand, there's no safety mechanism to tell you to not sacrifice someone. If for some reason, if Lemmy Goo Goo can't make it to the phone, there's nothing that says, wait, stop, don't kill that person.
That is correct. I will continue at his will, as it has been explained to me, until he gives us a sign.
Have you been writing down his will? Have you been transcribing? Is there a Bible in the works?
The idea just, you can tell the idea sort of seems foreign to him. He's writing or a written history is not something this culture is big on.
Oh,
They're Americans.
Man.
What is this culture big on?
Killing people.
Yeah. Pagan worship. Let's see, sacrifice.
Sign. Like,
don't forget.
You know, if it's not written, is it verbal?
Yeah.
It's not fishing, not farming.
Yeah, you get the sense of
working.
Tribal, verbal, like type of culture, right? Like there's not a scripture or a tablet or anything like that.
How long have you been doing this?
It has been several months now since my original vision. And look at this following. Look at these people who have come to me from his will. Surely with more time, our numbers will grow.
This is where I falter as a human. Me being Adam, I falter as a human. Because I know this is the way it really went down. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm like, I know there's a logical way I could talk this guy out of doing all these sacrifices. But at the same time, I know that this happened for centuries on Earth anyway.
Right, and I guess to be totally rational about it, like he's crazy. Like,
he's hearing voices. Well, okay,
crazy.
But okay,
like
I want to say that, but at the same time, I'm playing a paladin who actually gets powers from a god.
Yeah.
So
Right,
let me jump back into character again. What gifts has Lemmy Gugu bestowed upon you in return for these sacrifices?
He showed me his image. Can you not see that no one has been shown this knowledge?
But I am a follower of Bane, the Tyrant Lord. And Bane has given me gifts. Bane has given me powers that I can use. I can heal the sick, and I can strike down the wicked. What has Lemmy Gugu given to you?
I have the... And he says, oh,
Sure hasn't given up a sense of decoration.
He says, if you mean magic abilities, I have no shortage of those. And this whole time you've kind of have been translating, and Shushar has been translating, and he just sort of makes a gesture, and then all of a sudden everybody can just understand each other. And he casts a spell.
Oh, okay.
He says, but these are mere trinkets, these are mere abilities. I'm sure you're familiar with the magics, but my connection to the Deep Father is what makes them mean anything.
So, if all of these sacrifices were to work, and let's say you sacrificed everybody that could be sacrificed, what do you think your God would say?
It's not for me to know. His will is a mystery.
How many, good people will you have to sacrifice before you think, hey, wait a minute. Maybe this guy doesn't have my best interests at heart?
This is a great honor. He honors everyone who is sacrificed to him. You make it sound as if this is mere death.
What I think is probably happening is that, and trust me, I'm here to help. I think that you personally are suffering from mental illness, and that I'm here to provide aid to you personally.
Proof, he asks for. This is not something we have not considered. All I can say is, wait for the ceremony.
What's going to happen at the ceremony?
Every time there's a ceremony, there is a chance that this is the right time.
How many times have been the right time?
The sea will react. Nature would tell us.
What has nature told you so far?
More sacrifice.
No, but how? How has it told you?
It didn't say stop.
Didn't say stop. You didn't say uncle. I just kept going.
Yeah,
What's
like
the safe word?
anything like rationally or like mention of like maybe you just need to think about this is just instantly dismissed, and it's not just him. I mean, all the Cuatella seem to just have this just absolute devotion. Like there is no questioning. There's nothing beyond the surface. Like this is what the culture is, right?
Well, the two sides, right? There's two, like it's split
Sure.
down the middle.
Sure, no matter what aspect of their faith they're observing, this is just like the whole culture is kind of just crazy.
I'm sure there's somewhere in the middle of this group, there's some Quoto in the background going, I don't believe none of this shit.
Shushar pipes up and says, I have been awakened and taken up a life of pacifism.
Oh my God, Shushar's the smart one.
Right, we've been dissing him this whole time.
I know, he's the smartest in the bunch.
Oh, Lord.
Shushar for mayor.
So what do the believers in the mother sacrifice?
They are not as committed as we are. And where has their faith got them? Obviously serving a false god, a weaker god.
But you live in the same village.
A few extra birthdays.
All right.
So, since we're over by the Deep Father Shrine, it's right across from the Sea Mother Shrine. What is that looking like in comparison? I mean, is it a hodgepodge of
Yeah.
You guys want to walk over there and look at it?
fish parts stitched together like a weird Frankenstein monster?
You're not far off. Do you want to go over there?
Yeah, let's go.
Are we done talking to Murder Boy?
He's not done.
We can still we can bring him with us, right? Just
No.
He says, go look at that forsaken shrine, and then you will see the obvious. You will see truly how great the Deep Father is.
something tells me that this shrine is going to be an octopus with a giant manta ray on top this time.
It's white and black, not black and white.
Is Mushroom Boy still with us?
He is.
Yeah.
Yep. Stool the Myconid is with us.
Selkie keeps him tucked underneath her arm.
Okay. Like Baby Yoda.
Yep.
Gorgo.
Grimgore.
Grimgore. Grigo. Go.
Guys, no.
Gringo. Are we gonna move?
Yeah, let's go take a look.
Whee!
All right. While we go over there, I squeeze Stool so he like emits his little puff of dust. And so I guess
Not in my face!
how does this thing work?
You gotta warn me before you do that.
I'm so
And then-
clairvoyant now.
He says,
So
Mr. Clogs, just be gentle. I'm happy to do it.
that's right, he talks. So if I can
That slow hand.
communicate to the group, I'll say, this is what I've lived for. This is my moment. Guys,
What?
we need to make a scene. If anything. I was like, just a little tinkering, and we can bring this whole place down.
Oh my god. Or, again, and I'm just throwing this out there, we could just get a boat and leave.
We could have our fish friend, what's his name again? Chupatoa?
Sure.
I was like, we could have Shushar record a message, a message from the Deep Father in his most deepest of fatherest voices. This message would bring enlightenment for them all to sacrifice themselves instead.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm in favor of this plan.
Sign me up.
And all I need to do is I've got a plan. I imbue the eyeballs of the octopi to glow, to get everyone's attention. And then we play this message. And this message would go out to the masses for them all to find complete wisdom within the Deep Father to turn their knife on themselves. And only then will they gain true enlightenment with the Deep Father.
And this is what happens when you turn an evil crew loose inside a cult. Just gonna speed things up here. We're gonna go right to.
Yeah. Can we?
You know what's going to happen.
Can we just start spinning the Kool-Aid around? Can we get to the Kool-Aid already?
If you guys would ever think of anything for my birthday, this would be...
This is it.
Is it your birthday? Oh, you guys, you shouldn't have.
So I want to volunteer that one of my few spells that I have is the spell Command.
Yes.
It only works on one creature within range, but clocks, if this will somehow work with your thing at the right time, I can, tell one creature to approach, drop, flee, grovel, or halt.
Yeah. So I was thinking, because I have that as well, and so I was thinking, I'm assuming Glug does the sacrifice himself.
Yep.
Up there on the altar. So that would be something at a point in time that maybe we could hit him with that to drop the weapon or halt in place.
With my magical tinkering, I can play back a 6-second long recorded message. I create a nonverbal sound, or I can, create a visual effect, including up to 25 words of text. But it sounds like they're not big on text. They're big on the talking, and I can make I can. Or I can create a 5-foot radius of light, like I did, for Dak. And I can do up to 3 objects at a time.
Cool.
So I could do the recorded message. I could create a glowing effect inside the octopuses to make some sort of halo-like essence.
Yeah. I can hit it with thaumaturgy as well, and I could create harmless tremors happen underneath the altar to create. It's gonna be all jiggling around.
So I mean, just to help you guys make with this plan, they're not unfamiliar with magic, right?
Yeah.
Like they, just cantrip level spells and that kind of stuff. Like they
know that pretty well.
They have priests and priestesses who can do that kind of stuff, sort of low-level cleric things and stuff. But if I understand correctly, you're sort of putting together a whole stage show here, right? Just to combine
theatrics,
right?
So
yeah.
Hey, Mornhell, what spells did you pick up? Did you pick up anything that can aid?
I've been dying to hit somebody with a cone of death.
Dying to do that.
You would have one kick-ass ice cream truck.
Well, that's true, because I do have a ray of frost.
I love it.
What do you have in the ice cream truck? Just a ray of frost and a cone of death.
A chromatic orb runs out and kills everything within 20 feet.
Jeez. I love it. Well, I like this theatrical thing.
I do too, because we got the artist. You can start playing the band and have a little background song, and then people just start dying.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that. I mean, at least the theatrics might create a little bit of hesitation, or to give the mother side maybe the jump on things.
And
we haven't seen her. I have a feeling that the mother isn't exactly better. I think she just kills them nicer.
More politely.
Yeah. I
Well,
just fall down dead.
The last thing that I got was I can make a cannon, like a flame cannon.
Nice.
So if we want the octopus to then, I see this great command spell. We force somebody in front of the octopus. He eats the cone of death. It glows. We play this recorded message, and then he just burns. We just burn everything.
To the ground. Slaughter them all.
I mean, you could have saved a lot of time if you guys just told me you wanted to burn the place to the ground.
Burn.
Plan.
This is
The nice side level of the burning hands is that everything that can burn catches fire.
Yeah.
It isn't being worn or used.
How do we always land on the same plan at the end of the day? Burn it all.
burn it to the ground. See Jamie just shaking her head. All right, these guys.
Just boats right
Boats.
there. Right there. Right there.
To the boats. We don't need to burn any.
We can have one each.
Look at all the
Get
fish
on the
fry.
boats, and then we leave.
I want to go to the boats, and I want to go to the boats soon. I just want to go to the boats with that chest of gold that the woman showed us. So when we go to the next town, we're
Marcus's treasure. I don't know. I don't know that this chest of gold is worth it. If we're going up against 250 angry Cuatella.
She said that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
and
She didn't show anything else, so.
not all 250 are going to be the fighters. I think we just need to take out the command group.
Sure, not all 250 will be fighters, but the rest of them are religious fanatics. We don't know what they're going to do. We
They are
burn
the
the
fodder.
altar of their god.
There's the father standing in front of the fanatics. They're going to want to top us anyway.
So in comparison, how does this mother shrine look?
You guys go check it out, and a 9-foot tall statue stands here. Its body is roughly carved from some kind of wood in the shape of a humanoid female. Its head and forearms formed from the severed head and claws of a giant albino crayfish.
Mm-hmm.
These parts are lashed on with strands of gut and emit an overpowering stench of rotting shellfish.
Mm-hmm.
Shells, brightly colored stones, mushrooms, and rotting fish are piled at the statue's feet and strung in garlands about its neck. 4 stern Cuatella slowly circle the statue, alert and on guard, while a few others mill about, gazing up at the statue and bowing repeatedly while chanting. If you guys, I don't have a picture of this one. They didn't give me that.
Okay, all right, that's pretty good visual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to go maybe talk to these fine folk and
These 4 ladies.
see how they feel about the other side?
Yep.
Yeah, you just want to grab one of the random worshippers there.
Watch out, we're gonna squeeze the guy again. Be careful. Plug your nose.
She's gonna toss him to
You
Warnhelm.
guys, I mean, abuse stool if you want to, but you're still under the effects of the tongues spell that Glop put on you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You
Okay.
understand them. But don't let me stop you from
Squeeze the hell out of him.
being a stool. Yeah, one of the Cuatella was like, "Isn't she glorious? See, mother, I can't believe I'm here again, worshiping her. Oh, isn't it lovely?" And then in this one that's sort of gushing and getting excited, a couple other Cuatella hear it and get excited, and they start running around it in circles, and then one of them gets overly excited and they all go, "Oh, oh, oh, oh," and one of the Cuatella just throws itself down at the feet of the statue and just vomits at the feet, and they all go, "Yay!"
All right.
I'm making a Constitution check.
Go for it.
See if you're going to add to
All right,
it.
I got it.
What was the roll?
19.
Okay, yeah, you don't.
Steadfast.
Unless you want to force yourself to, you don't involuntarily throw up.
Okay, all right. That's good to know. So, yeah,
Does she recover?
they were nuts.
Yeah, she gets right up, and they're all like, "Oh!" They're like patting her on the back. You know what I mean? It's sort of like a revival situation, right?
Giving her a wet cloth.
Man.
Yeah.
So, do we want to talk to any of these fanatics and see how they feel about the other side? And
Yeah.
One of the younger male Cuatella will come over and say, "With all the glory the Sea Mother provides, I don't see how they could go over to that horrid thing over there." And he points at the Deep Father Shrine.
yeah, you don't like them much, huh?
She has always led us to prosperity and peace.
And do you ever do sacrifices to her?
He says, "That's more their bag."
So you bag that stuff up?
But he goes, "Ooh," and he gets excited and sort of reaches into his fish pants pockets and like just dumps this like stinking rotten pile of like a whitefish on the on the floor at the feet of the shrine. And it smells real bad.
At least they don't use the fresh stuff. That's good.
And you see him mutter a prayer. "See, Mother, my offering to you for today, bring us peace."
Yeah. And she's led you to prosperity in times of need, hasn't she?
Look at all the fish. Look at all the delicious things
Yeah.
she's been blessed with.
Do you think she'll lead you again? Do you think she'll bring you to peace?
We never left.
You stand strong with her, don't you?
She's the Sea Mother. And they all sort of break out into a song, like a child's song. "Sea Mother, Sea Mother, oh, how we love."
All right, I
to
studied
bring
the
you
harmony of this.
fish. And a couple more throw up on her feet.
You know they're going to sacrifice again tonight.
At this point, it would only be surprising if they didn't.
Mm-hmm. And this happens a lot,
Oh,
usually
yes.
to outsiders.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I saw them dragging some poor fellow into that hovel not too long ago.
Really? Which one? The one that belongs to Glug?
That's the one.
What do you look like?
Fish
Oh.
person?
Short,
Halfling.
dark-skinned, I believe. Outsiders called him the Durgar.
Oh,
You're Durgar?
Not
Hey.
ours. Not Bupido.
yeah.
No, he's a Darrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Huh.
Mhm.
Interesting. Do we want to go back to Glug and maybe talk to our other prospective wonderful sacrificees?
Send the other guy in, see if he wants to fight for him. We can take bets.
Which guy?
Our Durgar.
Oh, there. You want to send Bupido over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bupido doesn't care about Durgar. He's a Darrow, and they don't get along so great.
Okay.
But well, I'm confused. Are we talking about going to a Darrow town or a Dwergar town?
You mean where Bupido wanted to take you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's recommending Gracklestug, which houses both Durgar and Darrow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. It is a Durgar stronghold,
Gotcha.
but there's also a slave race of Darrow that live there.
Yeah. Why would he want to go back to his slave town?
He thinks he's special.
Yeah, Bupido will say, That's what they think. Don't worry. When we get there, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Show
us how to be enslaved.
Gotta give us something here, man.
He says, when we get back to my people, it'll be obvious. You'll see. We got a plan.
Oh, God. No, sounds like more of the same.
Is everybody here a charity case?
I'll head back to Gloob's.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll burn this town, then burn that town.
Yeah, I'll ask him. I'll say, hey, I hear we have another for tonight's ceremony.
He says, there is another volunteer.
That's wonderful. May I speak to him?
He sort of gestures. As I was saying, come into my chambers and we will prepare.
Ooh.
Send the spider to the planet.
I want to go in there so bad. Well, just a short talk with this fella. I still got a few things to take care of before this evening.
He's the one preparing you.
Yeah. They're kind of like at the door, kind of peeking in.
Yeah. Rubbing on the window.
You gonna go in there?
Yeah, I'll go in there.
Okay. You
Clock says, do you want to take a cannon with you?
Just be ready to bring one in.
If you stick your head in there, you'll see sort of chained to the wall, and is a kind of a bruised and bedraggled looking Durgar. He's sort of laying there, like bleeding from his lips. He looks like he's on the edge of unconsciousness.
Really? Just not responsive?
This one is ready to ascend.
Mm-hmm. Hey, buddy.
He's sort of,
Hey, so I hear you're ready to ascend?
God. These idiots are gonna try to sacrifice me, aren't they?
Yeah, that's exactly, well, you were the volunteer, they said.
Yeah, volunteer, right. Sure.
How'd you come about to, this predicament?
Man, one of the worst business ideas I ever had.
Am I come trading with them?
God, just listen, look, I'm an arms dealer. It's my business, it's my trade. I get all the best stuff from Gracklestug. I run it all over the Underdark. I thought with this new situation here, maybe one side needs a few weapons, and then the other side sees, they got some weapons, so maybe we need some weapons, and you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, so let's get to the point. Where are these weapons?
Well, here's the thing. I just brought a few of them with me because I didn't really have the funds to fully arm them. But I get a little funds, I make the trip back, I come back with much more stock, you know.
Yeah. So who took them from you?
He says, I don't know.
See this guy, but...
Yeah, they knocked me out. Apparently I picked the wrong one. Deep Mother, Dark Father, who the hell knows what they're talking about.
Yeah. What a bummer. Well, what'd you bring? Anything interesting?
These dummies just got nets and spears. I brought them good Durgar steel.
Really? Yeah.
All right, the forges of Gracklestug, you know the stuff. Nothing shines like that.
Nice. Do you got any idea where they're keeping it?
He says, nah. They knocked me out, took my stuff, and well, If it wasn't for you, I bet you I'd be gutted on that altar by now.
Yeah. So you don't really want to do that. So we'll keep tabs. We'll be back.
You guys seem like all right. If you can, you get a plan to get out of here.
Yeah.
Just tell me what you need.
Sounds good, because I'm the other volunteer.
He says, "Oh boy."
All right, later.
Hope I don't see you up there. And he gestures.
Right in the fish thing.
Yep. So that is Hemeth the Duragar from Greckelstug.
Hemeth.
He's really fast.
Awesome. I think we should go back and talk to Ploop and find out what her plan is exactly, as to what her side is going to do.
Yeah, was it basically just to just like, ha, and fight?
Yeah, get them.
That was basically it. It's like she's counting on them really like just being overwhelmed and happy that she's going to convert. And that she's going to admit that she's ready to convert and wants to come over to the Deep Father. And as soon as they start the ritual and begin the sacrifice, then she'll signal everyone and then attack. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Straightforward.
Yeah.
A regular plan A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like this town is done for. Yeah. I just want to leave with that treasure chest full of stuff so we can. Because all I'm concerned about is
buy some good goods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check out what those scrolls are.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about the scrolls.
Tasty potions.
Yeah. I just want to get the make sure that we are leaving each encounter with more wares and more means than when we started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. I think we're gonna need them to get out of here.
Yeah.
This whole Underdark. All right. So you want to go back and talk to Ploop and just see, how much longer we got, when it's going to begin, what exactly we want to do.
And her acolytes are going to put the chest in our boat so we can get out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Can we go ahead and rig up a boat ready to take off right behind the father's altar?
Good call.
Yeah, there's a couple dozen boats out there that are just sitting on the docks.
Yeah.
Oh, was there something else rigging up wise that you wanted to try? It'll probably look suspicious to everybody. It'll attract attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, can we get Ploop to have some of her loyalists, get something set up for us?
Yeah, she'll if you go back to her, she'll say there are there's a lot of you guys. There are 4 boats at the end of the dock. Once Clog is overthrown, you will have your treasure and the boats. And my gratitude as well as that of the Sea Mother.
You like that? Is that good enough?
I guess it's the best we're doing.
Yeah, well, I didn't have high expectations. Get a little loot and get on out of town.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep. So she's saying, do the job, we'll pay you, and you can have some boats. She'll throw in some boats.
Okay.
All right. Anything else before we start the
festivities?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Does Clocks need more time to get cannons ready?
Sorry, I was dealing with a little tiny goblin. So what's the plan?
As far as I understand, it's
burn it down. Leave the boats.
It's pretty much a Blop's plan, and you guys have your ornamentation to sort of make it all go off easier. Does that sound about right?
Cannon's ready. Just a snap of the fingers.
All right.
All right.
You guys. She says, "Very well. My friends here will loosely bind your hands. You will be able to escape. Don't worry. This is for appearances. And in fact, you guys, if you don't trust her, you can do it to each other. Just sort of, doing the whole Chewbacca thing, right?
Yeah. Totally.
And if you guys are ready, she and as many of her followers as she can muster will sort of march you down at spear point, down to the Shrine of the Deep Father.
Clock picks up a couple of pebbles along the way and puts them in his pocket.
Okay.
Any music you wanted to use?
So you guys are sort of taken down there. Are you all trying to look the part here? Are you looking like you're ready to be sacrificed?
Yeah, it totally is.
I'm assuming we're traveling with all of our gear. We're like fully ready to leave town in second things are over, and so we're. How smart are these fish people?
Right. I'm not gonna make it overcomplicated. Yeah, I mean, if they were super smart, they would probably but they're selling the idea that you guys are just ready to be sacrificed. So, and in any event, they have incredible advantage in numbers, right? And no regard for their own safety. So,
lovely.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys will all sort of march down there, imagining like sort of heads down, arms behind your back, and Ploop will walk up to the Hemeth the Duragar is already up on the altar as you guys approach, and he's sort of tied up to it, ready to be sacrificed. And yeah. Plop says, "Son, we have had our differences, but I am here with an offering of peace and unification, as well as some sacrifices. Please accept me and my followers into the arms of the Deep Father." And he stands up at the altar and says, "Yes, the time has come. Finally, you see," and he nods at Zokram, "how our numbers grow. Indeed, we will make the largest sacrifice ever." And the burly Cuatellas from before will lead you guys all up onto the altar and sort of force you down on your knees. And
so, is this on the altar that we see in the picture that you gave us?
So that's like down below. There's like a podium, a stage kind of behind it.
Okay.
Where you guys are sort of leaned, and they're gonna like one at a time bring you over to the altar.
Okay.
To sacrifice you.
Would I find at any chance like an opportunity to like go hide in the statue? Like
before?
Would they care? Like, would they see a small goblin and like, would I feel like the opportunity to like sneak into the statue, kind of like hide somewhere, even if I like slide underneath the manta ray or kind of like wedge myself between the octopi?
I mean, I think it's like impossible but really hard. So if you want to try, you can go for it. If it doesn't work, it might be bad.
Right.
Just to be transparent.
Yeah. I was just trying to get a feel of my surroundings.
Yeah. I think I would probably put the stealth check at like a 20 or something like that to get away with something like that. But with a super bad penalty if it didn't go right.
Yeah. Okay.
But okay. Anything else before the ritual proceeds?
No, I guess just kind of. I guess I can't tell who from who out there.
And that's you really can't. Like you can't look out at the crowd and figure out who's mother and who's deep father.
Yeah,
there's literally no way.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little tough.
Yeah.
So.
Do we know where Ploop has the chest?
It's inner quarters.
Maybe we don't try fighting the fish people. Maybe we just go for the chest.
Yeah.
Just like bail.
Chest it out of here.
Especially if we can't even tell them apart. What's the point? The deal was we're bait, right?
Yeah, that was it. Nothing more. I don't need your help defeating. It's like, you guys are bait, and sometimes a worm wiggles off the hook.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not interested in being fish food.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
All right. So, Gloop, Plop goes and stands behind Bloop, sort of like supplicant, head down, and he lines all of you up on the altar, ready to just come by with it. He pulls this sort of a bony dagger out from inside his robes.
Do we disarm our weapons and stuff? They haven't disarmed us.
Yeah. No, they didn't.
They're very smart.
No,
they're
not.
We're volunteers.
Right. What are you talking about? You're ascending. I mean, and he raises the dagger up. Hemeth is first in line. He raises the dagger up and says, "Hear me now, deep father, as you did on the day you first came to me. Here is the first of many sacrifices that you might grow in power and take us with you to ascension." And he raises the dagger up way over his head. He goes to bring it down, and then Plop from behind him just brings her scepter around and just brains him. Smashes him right in the head, and all the guards that were sort of holding your ropes are sort of looking up at you. And there's a few dozen of them around, shocked and just spectacle there. And so you guys will all get a surprise round right now.
Yep.
To do what you want to do. So let's go ahead and roll your initiatives. And I'll take your surprise round in that order.
Anybody beat a 19?
Ooh.
I'm right there with you at 19.
Anybody beat a 19? 19?
I got 19.
Ooh, you guys are too fast.
Whose dex is higher?
I have a dex of 11, so no. Mark.
All right, I think Zok goes first.
All right. I'm going to Eldritch Blast Gloog.
Okay.
That's a 10.
That will miss.
Ah, dang it.
Keep on trying. I want to see it, Vern.
Yeah.
All right, anything for your NPC?
Yes, he will. Ooh. He will cast Fairy Fire on
yes.
Luke, and I'm sure that whole little group right there.
Okay. So he'll get a few of them here. Is it a dex save?
I'm looking that up right now. I don't remember. Let me pull up his sheet.
I think I saw it. Yeah, it's a dex save. What's his DC?
His DC is spell save. DC 11.
All right. Fail. Nice. Success. So Klug fails, and then two of his beefier bodyguards, one of them succeeds, one of them fails.
Okay.
So everybody will have advantage on Glug and one of the bodyguards. Okay, Dak, you're up.
All right, Ront and I are going to attack Glug. You said advantage on everything, right?
Yep.
All right, this is 16 hit.
16 hits.
All right, so look at Ront's.
Are we still under that spell, that translation spell?
Let's see.
What? Yeah, you said
Lasts
16.
for an hour, so yeah.
Okay.
So Ront will hit, and he'll do a 12 damage, and Dak will hit and do 9 damage.
Okay. Anything else?
Since I hit, I'll go ahead and burn a Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
Another 6 damage.
Got it.
And it's a DC 13.
Dex or
Wisdom.
natural 20.
Okay, so he's safe.
Yep. Okay.
That's it for me.
Back to initiative. 18, 17, 16.
I have 17.
All right.
All right. The 2 guys that Zokram, or 3 guys that Zokram incapacitated or injured.
He got 2. He aimed at 3 and got 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And are they between us and Ploop's quarters?
You can get over there, yeah.
Okay. Then, as I am heading in the direction of Ploop's quarters, I'm gonna attack with my scimitar one of the 2 that was injured.
Okay.
23.
So I think only Glock has been hurt so far, just so you know. Is that you?
Yep.
Okay. You said 17?
23.
Oh, 23. Yeah, that hits. And you get sneak attack because Ront and Dak are adjacent.
Yep. So that's 12 damage.
Nice.
And I'm gonna head towards Ploop's quarters.
Okay. Yep, you can book it over there.
With
It's
stool
about-
behind.
Let me see about how far it is.
Oh, and I'd like to use my bonus action to shift.
Okay. All right, since you used your bonus action to shift, I think you can only go 30 feet this time, and it's a total of about 140 feet away.
Okay.
So at the end of your turn, you will be shifted and 110 feet away.
Wow. All right, and Darrendel's gonna do a 2-claw attack on the one who didn't make the Constitution saving throw but wasn't injured, I guess.
Okay.
So he did not do well. He had
Still.
well, one was a natural 1, so I think that just fails anyway, right?
Yep.
And the other one would be a 7.
7 will also miss.
Okay. So he does nothing.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Let's see. That was a 17, 16, 15.
I have an 11 and somebody else left, is there?
I have 5.
Oh, I'm
So I
sorry.
think-
I thought it already went.
Bornhelm, you're up.
Okay, so we're on the top of the altar.
Yeah.
People are behind us,
Yeah. So Glug and his 2 bodyguards are behind you,
right?
and that's where Plop hit him in the head. And everybody else has sort of focused fire on Glug so far, except for Darrendel, who ran up to one of the bodyguards.
Okay.
There's guards. There's guards from the Deep Father standing around you, but they're just shocked right now and they can't take reactions or do anything. So you can go where you want.
Okay, so I'm going to use my chromatic orb and choose to shoot at glue. It's a 4-inch diameter sphere of energy at a creature that you can see within range.
Okay.
And I can use acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder.
And which one are you going to use?
I'm going to use fire.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I can't burn the village down.
Because if it hits him, everything within 20 feet of him, not 20 feet,
Okay.
that's flammable burns.
All right. And do you roll for that, or do I roll a save?
It doesn't say about saving. It says it's 3d8 of damage.
I think
Of
you roll
fire
to
damage.
hit then.
I have to roll a hit.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Right. And the hit is 8 plus 4, 12.
12 will miss.
God damn.
Anything else?
It's a read-only character.
I don't have an opportunity attack, right?
No.
No. Actions. Action surge?
Sure.
Only one time per short rest. Well, I want to see this thing, so... Can I hit him again with the same thing?
If you burn your action surge, yeah, you get another action. You can't cast another spell, but you can make an attack.
Okay, then I will hit it with my longsword.
All right.
And that's 19... Where are you? Longsword is plus 3. 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Okay. And it is 1d8. Where are you? And that's 8 damage.
All right. 8 damage on Glog. All right. Anything for Eldith?
Yes. I gave her my longbow. But no, we're too close with that. She's going to attack with her, she has really high numbers, with a short sword. And that is 14 to hit.
That's good.
Okay. And it's 1d6 plus 2. And that is 3.
All right. All right. All good?
Yep.
All right. Clocks, you're up.
All right. So if this is a surprise round, right? So we've got some guards around us.
Yep.
What is my opportunity now to try and go sneak into the...
Yeah, now it looks a lot better.
Okay. So would I need to make like a stealth roll to try and get in there?
Yep.
Okay.
You hide as a bonus action?
I can hide as a bonus action.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm going to go ahead and use my inspiration.
Okay.
All right. I got a 20, dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20. You are hidden, and you still have your full action if there's anything else you want to do.
Yeah, so with now that I'm hidden as my reaction, or not reaction, whatever the hide,
Yep.
Can I do an action and a bonus action?
Your bonus action was to hide, and then
Okay.
you moved to get over there, so you have just your action.
So just my action now. Okay, and then after this round, we jump into normal. Okay, I'm going to set up the Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
And I'm going to set it up to come out of the mouth of the what do you call it? The bleeding manta ray.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a flame cannon. So it has a 15-foot cone. Would there be anybody around that would be worthy of burning?
There's loads of Cuatella down there.
Okay. It's just going to do a 15-foot cone. But right before that, they hear a voice come from the altar. And they hear it in the deepest of tones that the clocks can make. He's going to say, in translation...
What does clock's deepest tone sound like?
It's not the sultry sounds of Barry White, I'm sure.
I am the anti-father. All who worship me will despair.
And then 15-foot cone of flame to burn any Kuatoa in its path.
All right. Go ahead and roll your damage, because I think it's half on a save, right?
If they fail.
It's okay, come here.
Okay, it's 7 at full damage.
7 at full damage, okay. And what is the DC?
My DC is 13.
All right, so 2 of them take the full, and 4 of them take half.
Okay.
And they're just some Cuatella worshippers down there, and you're not, just so I'm clear, you're not sure which side they were on.
Well, I would, if it was like, yeah. I mean,
Well,
you know
what?
they
No,
are.
I'm sorry. That's not accurate. Like they would, like all the people up in front would have been Deep Father people. Like they're like the first rowers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the other folks haven't like piled in. So yeah, okay. So they're all Deep Father people.
Okay.
Okay, and it's 7 at full damage. You said?
Yeah.
Okay, so a bunch of them like all just kind of. Now you get that smell you finally wanted, Selkie. It's like that proper fish fry down here.
She definitely hesitates in her bolting and is like,
I feel like you just like stop and look back and go. All right, awesome job. Okay, back to the top. Let's see how these guys do on their initiative. Okay, Zoc, you're still first. Dak, you're on deck.
All right, excellent. I will. I'll try to slide down, make my way on the back side of that altar, so where I'm on the water side.
I should also say just the whole, like, after this like surprise round, everybody kind of like figures out what's going on.
Yeah.
Like bedlam just breaks loose in the rest of the crowd. You see like, you know, Sea Mother people like just charge into the fray, you know what I mean? And then the Deep Father people are like spears out, and like in this 6-second round, it's immediately impossible to tell who's who.
Oh man,
like,
this is cool.
They're fighting in the water, they're stabbing each other, they're throwing nets, you know what I mean?
That's great. It's like a big giant mosh pit.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely, that's exactly what it's like. The pyro went off, and everybody's like, you know, it's the fast break song.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to stay on stage for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So are there any of the father people up there with us right now?
Yeah, I mean, you still got Glog.
Same 3.
Yeah.
And then you got these 2 bodyguards are up here, 2 beefy looking dudes.
All right, I'll take a shot at Glog.
All right.
And he's
you have advantage because he's still got fairy fire on him.
All right. That is going to be a 15.
That'll do it.
Excellent. So and that is 11 points.
All right, takes it. Nice. He's past bloodied now. All right. Anything for Sereth?
Yeah, let's see. He's going to get fairy fire. I just had him up. Sorry. Sereth will dancing lights, darkness. So we can only do 1 a day. He already did fairy fire. So I guess I'll take a shot. He's going to take a shot at the other highlighted one, Glug.
All right.
No, not Glug. Whatever the beefy one.
Bodyguard.
Yep. So he'll go ahead and do that. Manage. Oh my God. No. I rolled double 1s.
Of course you did.
You did.
Wow, 1 in 300 of that happening. Holy shit.
Very naughty.
All right. Yeah, that'll miss. Okay.
All right, Ront and I are both going to attack Glog.
Okay.
So we'll have fairy fire on him, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so 19.
Yep, you're good.
And that's going to be damage 12. And from Ront, damage is going to be 11.
Okay.
And I think I will throw my Divine Smite in on this
Okay.
for another 7 damage.
All right.
Did you get all that?
Let me see. What was your original damage or Ront's damage? I missed 1.
Original damage with the flail was 12 plus
12 was the one I missed. Got it.
12
Okay.
plus 11 plus 7.
What's it look like when you kill Glog?
It's just a shower of fish people. Just with all these different attacks coming in from different areas, just fish guts everywhere. It's like being front row at a Guar show, except it's all fish guts.
Perfect. Yep, it's perfect. All right, he sort of like falls down like on the octopus altar and just like laying there, fish mouth open, like bleeding into his own altar. Okay, let's see. So he goes down before he gets a chance. You guys are all that were standing there next to Hemeth. All of a sudden, like he looks around and see what's going on. This is the Durgar that Zokram was talking to. He just like boom, disappears.
Nice.
And that's what he does on his turn. And let's see. That means Selkie, you're up.
Gonna keep going towards Ploop's quarters.
Okay. Are you going to use every bit of running you have?
Yep.
Okay. You can get to, let's see, if you move and then use your bonus action to dash, and then, so that's 60 feet of movement. So you can get to within 50 feet.
Sweet. And Darendale's gonna come with me, and he's gonna scoop up Stool.
Okay.
So we can keep both hands on weapons.
All right. He's a little bit behind you, but he'll be there.
Okay.
I think he's an extra 30 feet behind you because he didn't leave right away. So he's going to be at 80. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Mornhelm.
Are the two guards at advantage? Is there a fairy fire?
One of them is, yes.
Okay. Is it damage? Very. Let's see. Okay. As well, she has 2 attacks. I didn't know. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
So we'll do 2 attacks on the guy that's at advantage.
Okay.
For a short sword. And she gets 19 on the first one.
That'll hit.
And she gets 5 damage, 23 on the second hit, and 4 damage.
All right.
And I'm going to try, let me see what this thing does on inanimate objects. Okay, I'm just going to shoot burning hands at the crowd.
Okay. Is that touch range? I think you have to be touching
them. No, I have to touch my fingers together. It doesn't say anything but range.
I think it's a cone. I think it's like 15
shoot a 15-foot cone out.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Please go ahead. Okay. So they need dex saves.
15-foot cone, they get dex 12.
Okay. Well, you can do all those rolls. What is your DC?
12.
2 full hits, 3 full hits, and 3 half damage.
Okay, so full hit is 3d6. And I got 7.
Okay. All right.
Is that okay for all of them?
Yep. Yeah, you're good. So 2 of the ones that Clocks hit before with his cannon fall down dead, and then 4 others are pretty badly hurt.
Okay.
Anything else?
I don't think I have anything else, do I? No, I already used it.
All right, the bodyguards are up. Let's see. Dak and Ront are on the stage. So these Cuatella, they're called whips. 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 One of them will snatch at you with these like iron jaw looking a pincer staff, and that's a 21 to hit you, Dak, and it's a 22 to hit Ront.
Hits.
Okay, you'll both take 5 damage, and you are both grappled.
Okay.
So these iron jaws sort of latch onto one of you and one onto Ront.
So if I was to shoot the chrome at them, I had to burn my guys up too?
Yeah, they're pretty close. They're within a range. Yes.
They're grappled, yeah.
Yeah, they're like 5 feet from each other, yep.
For you guys.
All right, that's those 2 guys. Now we got Clocks. You're up.
All right.
Let me see. These guys. They're sort of looking around, trying to find where you went. Let me see if they beat your stealth. One of them rolled a natural 20 on their perception. One of the ones you burned. So he sort of goes, "There he is! Get him!" And you see these 4 sort of burned up fish people start running at you.
Okay. So Bupido steps in, and he's going to fight one of them.
Okay.
And he's going to shoot him with his crossbow.
Cool.
He misses.
All right. And Clocks?
So they saw me sneak in there, or they see me over by the altar?
They started looking around for where the flame was coming from, and one of them happened to spot you.
Okay. So.
But they're all 4 sort of standing in the same spot as when you shot them before. So.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna hear this voice again that just says, "All must self-sacrifice. Turn your spears on your own selves." And then again, as a bonus action, I'll use the Eldritch Cannon. We'll shoot them. I'll shoot them with the Eldritch Cannon.
Okay, let's do that first, because then I have to roll 500 d20s to figure out.
10 damage again.
All right, 10 damage. So, all four of the ones that spotted you were in front of your cannon all go down.
Okay.
Between you and Mornhelm, you cook them up nice.
All right.
And then, all right, let's do this. Roll a d100 for me.
D100. You me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see where the other one is. There it is. All right, I got a 10 and a 4, so 14.
Okay, and then do it one more time.
8.
Just 8 on a d100?
I guess. Yeah, I rolled 0, 0, and an 8.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I rolled another one over here, which came up 46, but I'm going to half it because that's for the 50. This sort of boom goes out with your thaumaturgy and your recorded message. And you see about, I don't know, rough numbers, about 40 of them all just go, and they all just run out into the water and just start stabbing themselves in the face with their spears. Cutting themselves but then like this, the blood from all of them starts to like seep down into the water. And you're watching this clock. It's like this is probably like candy for you, right? So like all this blood just like comes out of these fish people out in the lake, and you see like all of a sudden out there in the lake, like the water starts like bubbling and churning out there. And go ahead and make a perception roll.
Oh.
Oh
no. 11.
You don't catch it, but like you see like maybe one of them that was just sort of out there fighting, just sort of like disappears under the waves.
Okay.
But you didn't catch what happened.
Uh-oh. All right.
All right. Anything else?
What do they call that? Chum?
Chumming.
Chumming up, baby.
Chum in the water.
And is there anybody else like anybody else on our team kind of getting ganged up on?
Not yet. Like most of these folks are all fighting each other, but there's a couple more that are about to when their turn comes around here. I'm gonna do just for the sake of time, so everybody does. I'm gonna do one more round, and then we'll kind of be where we are at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess if there's anybody still around, maybe I'll just I'll toss a little acid splash in that direction.
Oh yeah, because that was your bonus action, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna keep up the. Yeah, we'll do acid splash. All right.
Okay.
So acid splash. I'll toss it at that person. I don't have to roll for it. They just have to.
It's a dex save.
Yep.
Yeah. So you see one of them sort of charging at you, and they pass their dex save.
Oh, okay. Then they're all right.
All right. Back to the top, Zoc.
All right. Let's see. I will do another Eldritch Blast at one of the ones that grappled.
Okay.
Dak.
You want the one grappling Dak? Got it.
Yep.
He's got fairy fire on him, so you have advantage.
All right, excellent. All right, that is going to be a 24.
That'll do it.
And that's going to be 5 points.
All right, he takes it. What about Seraph?
He's going to shoot an arrow at him. Poison one. And that is going to be a natural 20.
Oh, Lord.
Nice.
Yeah. So that is, I think, 10 points right there.
Okay.
And 8.
And his,
8.
it's the drow poison, right?
Yeah, with the drow poison. So 8 damage plus the drow poison.
Okay. So he needs to make a con save.
C13.
He makes it. Rolling good on their saves. But yeah, he took a lot of damage there. Nice. Dak, you're up. You are grappled by this hook thing. You can still fight. You just can't get away from this guy.
And it's the guy with the fairy fire on him, the big guy on stage, right? So Ron and I are both going to attack the one that has the fairy fire on him. And being grappled doesn't cause disadvantage, does it?
Nope.
No. Okay. All right, so Ron and I will both hit. I'll do 7 damage, and Ron will do 8 damage on the same guy.
Got it. All right, Selkie.
All right, gonna finish running to the quarters if I can.
All right, you get in there. And you even have 10 feet of movement left to go in there and try to grab the chest. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Is there anyone else in the quarters?
Nope, it's all empty.
All right, I'm gonna wait for Darendel because I think he probably has more capacity to haul a chest than I do.
Okay. Yeah, you're waiting inside the quarters for him?
Yep.
Okay, 10-4. Mornhelm.
So we're attacking the very guy that's grappling. There's only one person being just Dak, right?
No, Dak and Ront are both grappled by different guys, but they're beaten up on the same one.
Okay. So first attack is a 18 plus 4, 22.
Yep.
And what's her? D6 plus 2. That's 4. The second attack, 12, 16.
Okay.
And 6.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack the same guy with my longsword. And that is 14.
Yes.
No, it's plus 5, 15. Okay. It's plus 5. And then I get a D8, 7 damage.
All right, still clinging to life.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tough guy. All right. He's going to get a turn. He's going to try to bite you twice, Dak, since he's got you grappled.
Okay.
One will miss. The second one will hit. You'll take 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
The other one will try to bite Ront twice. Hit once, and he'll take 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay, Clocks, you're up.
All right. Are there any other? This 15-foot cone. Is the 15-foot length? Like that's how far it can go.
That's right.
Okay. Are there any other 15-footers, or is there any other buddy in?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. There's just it's chaos. So I mean, you can just fire into the crowd if that's what you're doing. You don't care who's who. Then just let it rip, and you'll get 6 people in it.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna fire another.
It's like the pyro cannon at the show, went sideways and just.
Yep. All right. So that'll be 12 damage at the max.
Okay. All right. 5 of them take half damage, and 1 of them takes full.
Okay.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
Anybody else nearby that needs some assistance?
Ront and Dak are up on the stage, sort of fighting these 2 big burly guys.
Okay, so my acid splash can hit 2 people, so I'm going to go for 2 people if those 2 guys are within 5 feet of each other.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I'll an acid splash.
Okay, so Dex saves for those guys.
13.
They both make it.
All right, and then Boopido will jump up there and he'll try to stab somebody.
Okay.
And he gets a.
If you want to hit the injured one, it has fairy fires. I'll have advantage.
Okay. Yeah. All right. 15.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And he'll do D8 plus 2, so 7.
All right, that's enough. What's it look like when you kill this Cuatella whip?
So Boopido just runs up there and he says, he says, "Not the kind of day you thought this was going to turn out to be, huh?" And he just sticks the crossbow right into the guy's gut. Just and it just shoots out the other side.
Wow.
Of what?
So the guy that was grappling you, Dak, drops, and you're free from the grapple now.
Awesome.
And let's see. So clocks, I think you would notice it, but we'll narrate it for everyone else. So you're sort of down here behind this altar, just shooting off your cannon, and the blood from Glock, who you guys killed, is sort of dripped at this point all the way down the altar, and it's sort of puddled up with some water that's kind of right by the foot of the altar. And you're sort of like looking around, like, yeah, this is going good. And then it's literally like the Jurassic Park cup of water. All of a sudden, you just see the trembles in the water. Boom, boom, boom. And then you guys hear from farther out in the water, where the battle was going on, you just hear, "Leme Gugun, Leme Gugun, Leme Gugun." And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Oh, wow.
What have we awoken? What have I awoken?
That was wild.
Kraken.
Dude,
Awesome.
there is a Kraken.